Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Jammed. And today we're diving into something that hits all of us at some point in time, and that is the comfort zone. So let me ask you this question right off the bat. Have you ever said, I could never do that, even before even trying it? I know I have. That sentence, that little voice, usually comes from the safest place in our mind. The part that says, just stay here. It's easier. It's familiar. But here's the thing. Familiar doesn't always mean better. Enjoy the show. So let's get into it. What is the comfort zone, really? The comfort zone is that space in life where things feel easy, predictable, and comfortable. You're not stressed, you're not scared, but you're also not growing. Now, don't get me wrong. Comfort isn't a bad thing in itself. We all need a base where we feel safe, but when comfort becomes your default, day in and day out, it can quietly become a trap. You stop reaching, you stop learning, you stop risking, and before you know it, time has passed and you're standing in the same spot, mentally, emotionally, and even physically, as you were, let's say, a year ago or 5 years ago. Now let's talk about the cost of staying in the comfort zone. Let's talk about what we lose by always choosing comfort. You lose missed opportunities. Maybe you didn't apply for that job because you didn't feel like you were ready, or you turned down a trip, a class, a conversation because it felt unfamiliar. Regret is another one. Over time, comfort can breed regret, not for what you did, but for what you didn't do. Limited confidence. We only build confidence by doing things that are hard. If you never stretch yourself, how can you ever prove to yourself what you're really capable of? The comfort zone is like staying in a warm bed on a cold morning. It feels good in the moment, but you don't accomplish anything by staying in that warm bed. Getting uncomfortable is how you grow. So here's the truth. Everything you've ever wanted lives outside of your comfort zone. Trying something new doesn't mean it has to be huge. You don't have to quit your job or move to a new country. Sometimes it's as small as starting a conversation with someone new, signing up for that class you've been curious about, saying yes when your instinct says maybe later. And guess what? You don't have to feel ready. You probably won't. You just have to start. The magic happens not when you're comfortable, but when you're slightly unsure, a little nervous, and still say, okay, let's do it anyway. Okay, so you're probably thinking, all right, I get it. I need to get out of my comfort zone. But how do I actually do that? So here are 5 simple steps to help you start. Number 1, start small and specific. You don't have to jump into something huge, like I said. Pick something small, like introducing yourself to someone new at work, or speaking up every once in a while in a meeting, or trying a new workout class. Small wins build momentum. Number 2, set you a discomfort goal. Try setting a weekly or monthly goal that pushes you slightly outside of your comfort zone. For example, once this week, I'll do something that'll make me a little nervous, just a little. It creates accountability without pressure. Number 3, reframe failure. Instead of fearing failure, which a lot of people do nowadays, they fear to fail, try seeing it as a learning tool. Ask yourself, what did I learn from this? Growth comes from trying. It doesn't come from perfection. Number 4, visualize the reward, not the risk. When you feel fear creeping in, pause and visualize the benefit of saying yes. What if this leads to something exciting? What if this leads to your next breakthrough? So don't worry about the risk. Visualize the reward. And last but not least, number 5, celebrate progress, not just the results. You stepped out of your comfort zone. That alone is a win. Treat your progress like a big deal, because it is. Growth isn't about arriving, it's about moving forward. Now, I'll just be honest with you. I've lived in my comfort zone plenty of times. I've turned down jobs. I've avoided feedback. I've stayed silent when I should have spoken up, all because it felt safer. But the best things in my life, they've come from the moments where I was scared and I did it anyway. Was it awkward? Sure, sometimes. Did I make mistakes? Definitely. But did I grow? Every single time. So if you're listening to this episode and you've been playing it safe, I get it. We all fall into the rhythm sometimes. But don't let comfort become your cage. Say yes to the things that scare you just a little. Take a step, even if it's shaky. You don't have to be fearless, just be willing. Growth lives on the edge of discomfort. And you're more capable than you think you are. Thanks for tuning in to this episode today. If this episode hit home, share it with someone you think might need a little nudge. And remember, nothing changes if nothing changes. So until next time, get out there and get a little uncomfortable. If not, you may be jammed. Thanks for listening.